Hi guys, it's Janae and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reacting to episode 5 of Bloodhounds. Every single time I think, okay, this is where we're at more or less, then they ramp up the tension another notch. So I am absolutely terrified to see where this episode goes, but I'm also really excited. Before we do get into it, I just want to say a quick and massive thank you to all my amazing patrons and channel members. If you're interested in joining either of those for early access and uncut reactions to things like Bloodhounds, the links will all be in the description below, along with my social media and my PO box. And if you want to subscribe, that's also greatly appreciated. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Like they're really gonna stop. He's starting. I mean, you guys got some cash, unfortunately. They're so ungrateful. They handed you like $1 billion. Calm down.
경찰 관용차를 탄 사람도 있었고, 제가 이름은 잘 모르겠는데 그 TV에서 본 프로야구 선수도 있었습니다.
Interesting.
명길이가 정과장인 걸 내가 알고 있었어. 그놈이 내 밑에서 일하면서 인생을 다시 시작하고 싶다고.
Here it all comes out.
그놈을 처리하는 건 내가 했어야 되는데.
Yeah.
그놈을 가르치고 나니까 그놈을 처리하는 게 엄두도 안 나더라고.
Unfortunately, it makes a lot of sense.
알았다, 얼른 와라. 형님, 애들이 책방에서 현금을 빼오다가 김명길 부하들한테 습격을 받았답니다. 다쳤대? 아니, 그런 얘기는 없었습니다.
명길이도 분명히 병원을 잡아놨을 거야.
주영이 붙이겠습니다. 오토바이가 유리합니다.
Okay. Okay, wait, I'm terrified, but here we go. Because if this man was out for blood before, he's gonna be like even worse now.
이거 어떤 것 때문에 밥 주려고. 싫어? 제가 사실 점심은 잘 안 먹어서. 와. 네. 봐봐.
I think for some reason he feels a connection to him specifically.
너 진짜 안 다쳤지?
네.
I love the relationship, but I know it's gonna hurt me so much by the end of this. For whatever reason. See, I thought he was gonna like get rid of him, but actually he's just tailing them, which I kind of prefer. Even though it's probably gonna cause more problems in the long run.
인범이는 다른 데는 괜찮은데 오른쪽 귀구멍이 터졌다고 합니다.
Oh, I forgot about that.
CCTV는 관제 센터에 가서 일일이 돌리면서 찾아봐야 하고, 또 구마다 관제 센터가 다 달라서 제가 사람 사느라 시간이 좀 필요합니다. 돈만 있어도 되니까 최대한 빨리 해봐.
It's so weird. Sometimes he looks so different to me that I kind of like struggle to put the two different looks of him together as one person. And I think that's why in the second episode I mistook him for being two people. I thought there was like this older man who had some stake in things, but I couldn't figure out who, like, what stake he had in things, and that's why I was like kind of rooting for him when that like rich kid was forcing him to drink all that alcohol. But I didn't realize it was the same person. I feel so silly.
길을 밝으려고요. 병원에 애들 추가해 환자복 입히고 현장 채우고. 네.
This man is too clever for our good.
준빈이는 겁이 많아서 표정 관리가 안 돼. 멀리에서 봐도 눈치 깔 수도 있어. 쟨 모르는 게 약이다. 어?
쟤 때문에
You guys gonna get rid of him?
이두영을 보낼 거야. 말했지. 오토바이 타고 넓게 움직이는 거. 네. 앞뒤 막아서 잡아봐. 네. 재밌겠다.
Oh, I hate it so much.
어디로 갔는데?
내 말은 그냥 훔쳤다는 거야.
아, 왜요?
어제 책방에서 가져온 돈이 얼마인 줄 알아? 내가 무사히 운반했으니까 내가 보너스를 주는 거야.
네.
That feels so strange because it's technically part of their job, but still, I'm happy for him.
왜?
은혜를 갚아야죠.
충분히 갚았어.
전 아직 안 충분합니다. 끝날 때까지 끝난 게 아니라서요.
Well, I mean, it's important that he make that decision himself,
끝날 때까지 끝난 게 아니야.
but
조만간 나랑 술 한잔 하자.
I'm so scared that he's gonna regret
술을
it.
안 마십니다. 대신 제가 따라드리겠습니다.
올라가.
네.
It's so interesting because the three of them, to me, kind of like embody the three main people of the older generation as well, like on the good side, I mean, because like he to me embodies Mr. Choi, then Hyungju to me embodies the motorcycle guy, and Woojin embodies the sushi guy, because each of them kind of has like the same approach to like life and looking at a situation that each of these older individuals do as well, which is why I say like they should do the thing that I mentioned in the previous episode of becoming the new well-intentioned loan sharks.
얘네들처럼 이 자연사는 살이 아주 찰지고 지방이 아주 골고루 분포되어 있죠. 야, 이 광어 특유의 담백함과 풍미가 아주 알랄이 느껴지네요.
Imagine if he's wrong.
너 회 좋아하냐? 예전에 횟집 유튜버를 다녔었습니다.
Oh wow, this man has done everything.
좋습니다. 이렇게 길게 뜬 건 처음 먹어보는데, 입 안에서 아주 채찍처럼 찰싹 감싸네요. 여태까지 먹어본 광어 중에 제일 맛있습니다.
I love how impressed Gunwoo
좋아요.
is.
형 진짜 대단하다. 야, 형 열심히 살았어. 내가 구독할게. 알았다고. 고생들 해서
I love them.
한번 그 새끼가 돌아다니면서 돈 바르고 협박해서 입 맞고 무마시켰을 거야. 그 새끼 조져서 김명길이 묻으라고 시킨 시신 하나만 찾으면 끝나. 시신 찾으면 돈으로 못 막아.
스마일 캐피탈 끝나네요.
Yeah, but you guys make it sound too simple.
앉아. 나 이두영이야. 이들 얘기 들었어. 반가워.
김건우라고 합니다. 홍우진입니다.
목소리 좀 주먹이 달라. 사실 그날 지하보도에 갔었어. 사장님 전화 받자마자 튀어갔는데 내가 좀 멀리 살아서 늦게 도착했거든. 근데 깡패 새끼들 다 뻗어 있는 거 보고 와, 이놈들 진짜 파이터구나 아주 감탄을 했어.
Oh,
영업이사.
둘이 있을 때 얘기해.
왜? 애들도 같이 뛸 거야.
뭔 소리야? 애들이 왜 가?
뭐가 문제야?
경찰 때문에 애들 다 공범이야.
That is fair.
애들이 뛴다고.
아저씨는 김명길이랑 왜 싸우는 거예요?
우리 애들 죽였으니까 갚아야지.
김명길이랑 싸우다가 아저씨가 죽을 수도 있는데요? 안 무서워요?
죽는 거 안 무서워. 그 새끼들 못 죽이는 게 무섭지.
Yeah, that, like it sounds ridiculous, but at the same time it makes so much sense. Like you're probably gonna die in any case if you try and pursue this. If you manage to take him down, at least it would feel like it's worth it.
저희 해병 듀오가 큰 도움이 될 거라고 믿습니다.
니들 해병 나왔냐?
해병이십니까?
남편이고 형이 나왔지.
His marine pride is glowing through again. Oh goodness, I love him so much.
필수!
야, 너 왜 자꾸 나 사생활을 유출해? 미쳤어? 아, 내려 이 새끼들아. 기스 알려주십시오. 안 내려?
Yeah.
선배님이랑 부르고 싶습니다. 이 새끼 너를 일어나게 만드네. 나는 내리라.
해병대 잡으시네요.
기스 알려주십시오.
형이 해보신데.
알려주십시오. 571기다. 됐냐?
병 못 싸울 것 같으세요?
사장님이 걱정할까봐. 그래서 물은 거야.
이거 제가 시작했어요. 끝을 볼 거예요.
Hmm.
그래.
I like that it's become more about personal responsibility for her now.
오늘 듀영이가 영업이사 치면은 나한테 전화해. 나 병원 앞에서 기다리고 있다가 너 연락 받으면 들어갈 테니까.
알았어.
왜 기다렸다가 들어가요?
듀영이가 영업이사 치는데 깡패들이 있으면은 눈치챘다는 거야. 그럼 병원에도 깡패들이 있다는 얘기지.
그럼 병원에서 혼자 가는
우리가 움직이는 걸 알면은 김명길은 족복들 다 풀 거야. 그럼 우리 죽어. 우리가 양쪽으로 나뉘어서 동시에 쳐야 돼. 위험하지. 근데 이기려면 그 방법밖에 없어.
나 오토바이 타니까 괜찮아.
No, but they know that.
너희들 오토바이 탈 수 있어? 심심이 더 빠릅니다. 어?
아닙니다.
애들 나 데리고 갈게.
No, what was your thought? Share with the
제가 그
class.
아저씨랑 같이 갈게요.
Because you seem to.
욕을 하고 그래.
어디서 근무하셨습니까? 군대 얘기하지 말라 그랬지.
그만해.
야 민동아, 여기 탕하고 밥 좀 내라.
예.
He heard your entire plan. That could be interesting.
잘하겠습니다. 너희들이 칼을 쓸 줄 알아야 칼 쓰는 놈들의 생각을 읽을 수가 있어. 생각을 읽어야 이길 거 아니야.
He will hit you.
복싱으로 치면은 아웃복서가 멀리서 잽을 툭툭 치는 거야.
한 번 더. 괜찮아.
This is so cool. I'm just so scared that. Because, in my opinion, I feel like they should go with plans from her and Gunwoon and Woojin and improve the plans using their experience instead of going with their approach, which would be very predictable because they've Myung-gil, I can't remember what the dude's name is, but the bad guy, he's worked with them, so he would know how to predict their moves, but he has no idea how to predict Woojin, Gunwoo and Hyungju's moves. That takes a lot of practice. I'm very impressed.
인사 안 해? 이런 만한 새끼들이.
Oh! Is there a reason why you suddenly attacked them? Should I know the context?
여기서 대기하자.
Ugh. The way he just pushed whatever that was down his throat is so unnerving.
한 놈 떴다.
어떻게 해요?
다시 기다려봐.
He's dying in this episode. Of course he has a kid that's about to be born, of course. That's great. I love it when they warn us in advance like that. Doesn't hurt me at all.
좀 이따 내가 병원에 들어가서 너희들한테 도망치라고 하면은 군말 없이 도망쳐. 아니 내가 알아서 처리할 테니까. 대답 안 해?
선배님께서 방금 가족과 친구는 버리지 말라고 하지 않으셨습니까?
Yeah,
나
that's
범죄자야.
true.
지금 우리가 같은 배를 타고 있지만 너하고 나는 가족이 아니야. 이 일 끝나면 만날 일도 없어. 그러니까 괜한 네가 정주고 마음 붙일 생각하지 마. 알았어? 알았냐고.
He's probably depending on Woojin to pull Gunwoo away because he knows it's gonna be necessary.
김지미 왔어요. 어떡하실 거예요? 아저씨? 어떡해요?
Communicate.
아이 씨발 새끼가.
Well, he did not mess around. Oh. Okay, this is gonna be intense. Just let me fix myself for a second here. Ugh.
야 빨리 쉬어.
Yes! Oh! Thank goodness for backup. This is why you need backup, because if it was just you, you probably would have died. At least now you have a little bit of a chance. But my heart is beating so fast.
괜찮아요?
You guys leave ASAP.
넌 괜찮아? 알았어. 가자.
You're not gonna inform them? I think they actually, I didn't realize, I think they actually turned it around from what Myung-gil, whatever the dude's name is, what he was actually anticipating of them. This was the time to be committing crimes apparently, because you were already...
임장도다 임장도.
그래 올라가자.
Oh no. I hate the symbolism. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'm shaking. Don't help him down the stairs. I think they took a completely different approach than what he was anticipating, which I'm so happy about because I didn't realize it, and I'm just relieved. But he's vulnerable, which I'm worried about. So polite.
내가 좀 실어줄래? 예. 조심해.
I shouldn't be finding this funny. It's absolutely terrifying. The only thing that I'm vaguely worried about right now is when the guy with the glasses left the office and left boss dude and dude who's now in the wheelbarrow to talk. To me, it felt very much like he was looking at wheelbarrow guy as if he'd already outlived his usefulness. So I'm vaguely concerned that he's already wrote wheelbarrow guy and the guy with the glasses off as collateral damage, and that this is not going to be as big of a hit as it feels right now. Because I feel like as long as he has in boom, I can't remember what the guy's name is, but the massive guy, as long as he has him, he's happy and fine.
여기도 소금을 좀 쳐와. 양동이 찾아서 소금 다 넣어. 네. 가자.
What?
구석에 있어. 네.
Why?
난 밖에 있어서 못 봤는데 잡았대.
혹시 죽였어? 야, 빨리 소금물이나 만들자. 찾아봐.
Yeah, it's a very dark thing that you guys have involved yourself
내가
with.
아래에서 봤어. 내려가자. 현재 가자.
That is gonna be
예.
a terrible thing.
내가 5분 내로 도착할 거니까 좀 흔들어놔.
That is gonna be a pain to get off if they even ever have to get it off his face.
내가 5분 내로 도착할 거니까 좀 흔들어놔. 아, 그리고 현주랑 애들 옆에서 지켜보라 그래.
I don't want to see it, but it makes sense that he's forcing them to watch because they need to know, they need to be fully aware of what they're getting themselves into. Because once they make that final decision, there's basically no going back. And I think he wants to force them to realize the severity of what they're getting involved with. Okay. I might need to just put my pillow in front of this entire scene. We shall see.
밖에서 병원 건물을 보는 카메라는 없어요? 그건 경찰서에 가시라. 준민이는 아직 의식이 없다고 합니다.
He should be dead.
관리소에 가서 준민이 친 놈들 바로 찾아와. 예.
이거 얼마 넣지? 아까 다 넣으라고 하지 않으셨어? 이거 너무 많은데?
How do you slit someone's throat like that and they still survive? Seems impossible, but okay.
그냥 다 넣자 형. 아까 대답도 형이 했어. 알았어.
뭐해?
소금을 만들래?
For what? What's the point of salt water?
난 한 번 입을 열었다가 다시 닫는 사람이 제일 싫어. 그러니까 뭐든 다 얘기하겠다는 결심이 서면 고개를 끄덕여. 말하겠다고 했다가 입 다물면 칼로 입술 도려낸다. 알겠어?
Okay, this is where it's gonna get too intense for me. So what I shall do is I'm gonna... Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put it very soft and I'm gonna cover the screen because I need to keep my sanity to be able to continue living. So yes, we're just gonna do that. This is very uncomfortable because my imagination can run very wild with things like this. What is the salt waterfall? Oh, that's an interesting torture method. That is not something I was even aware of existing. You know, I don't think he does want to talk. Another one. Okay, that's just great. the volume is so soft, and yet I hear it in my soul. I would be throwing up if I was them, but to be fair, I would not find myself in this situation in the first place. It just keeps going. It's great. We love it. Okay. Fair. I feel that is completely fair. I would not be able to look at anyone after that.
무슨 말이에요?
네가 누군가 죽어야지 끝이나. 내가 살아있을 거라고 장담을 할 수가 없어.
이기면 되죠. 왜 부정적인 생각만
Because it's a reality and he's very aware of it.
현주야.
No, unfortunately, as awful as that was, they needed that reality check.
만약에 명길이랑 너희가 싸우게 된다면 아이들 지켜줄 수 있지. 끝까지 지키겠습니다.
That sounds an awful lot like a foreshadowing of him
한
dying.
가지만 가르쳐줄게. 사람은 자기를 많이 알고 공감하는 사람을 신뢰하게 돼 있어. 개인의 신뢰를 얻지 못하면 조직을 분열시킬 수가 없다.
Okay, we're gonna stop there so that I can readjust the volume again and put my safety pillow up. That sounds so painful. I wonder how many people actually watch the scene and how many people just skip past it because it's so uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, that is true. Oh, he's the person who was with the police. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that is so smart. That is so cruel and so smart, and this is exactly why he wanted them to watch. Because I think, unfortunately, these are the kind of things that you only really learn and genuinely stay with you if you experience it firsthand. Because it's one thing to intellectually know something, it's another thing to know it intimately because of experience.
내가 왜 죽어! 씨발! 정도! 내 말 똑바로 들어. 너 지금 정신 못 차리면 진짜 죽어! 난 명길이와 스마일 캐피탈을 완전히 끝낼 거다. 일 마치면 괌으로 보내줄게. 내가 아는 분들이 있어. 거기서 새 삶을 시작할 수 있도록 내 모든 걸 지원한다.
So interesting because it's not the danger that's driving him to potentially talk, it's the greed. If he were scared of danger and pain, he would not be in the situation that he's in the first place. But he is scared of losing, which is what kept him in this dangerous place. So, makes perfect sense psychologically.
킨디페가 시켜서 한 겁니다.
누가 시켰냐고 물어보는 게 아니라 뭐 했냐고.
알고를 장담 잡아서 좀 찍었어요.
뭘?
그냥 밖에서 영상 찍었어요.
왜?
Blackmail.
그 빌딩이 너무 오래 방치돼서 흉물이 되니까 서울시에서 나서게 됐고 현금 있는 사람을 물색하다가 김 대표랑 매주 골프 치는 국회의원이 주말에서 김 대표를 시장한테 추천한 거죠. 김 대표는
네가 영상 찍은 사람은 몇 명이나 돼?
50명.
그 영상은 명길이가 보관하고 있고.
네. 남매약집은 다 돈이 된다고 믿는 분이죠. 그리고
Makes sense.
돈이 금고 천장에 HL로 들였는데 버튼을 누르면 그게 떨어지면서 불이 붙는데요.
그 하드가 양면에 검거를 하는 거지.
갖고 있으면 무기지만 경찰이 압수하면 증거죠.
I've heard of safes like that, so I'm not even surprised. It just sucks that he has one of them.
장 팀장이 3톤짜리 수조 달리는 횟집 트럭을 불러와서 시신을 실어갔어요. 장 팀장이랑 기사랑 얘기 나누는 거 보니까 계속 쓰는 납치인 것 같았고요.
이런.
오래돼서 기억은 안 납니다.
You're lying.
민범이는 목숨까지 바칠 거예요. 김 대표의 속을 다 알 수 없지만 민범이를 현재체로 맡기는 건 확실합니다.
Not surprised. Oh, this camera angle and the shots. I hate it, but it's good. At least we didn't get a smiling shot, because then I would be very worried. Okay, so for me personally, I would say this was the most intense episode so far, which I find vaguely concerning because a lot of people say that episode 6 to them was the most intense. So like, what happens in episode 6 that beats this, you know? But yeah, we shall see. It's still a really good episode. There was a lot of it that I really enjoyed on like a storytelling level, in terms of the motive for why Mr. Choi asked Hyungjin to be forced to watch, the dynamics that we kind of see playing out in the older generation versus the younger generation. It was so satisfying to see them finally get one up on Myung-gil, at least for now. And yeah, it's looking very promising so far. I can't believe we only have 3 episodes left, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and otherwise I'll see you guys in the next one.